Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So today we are diving into a pretty disturbing situation involving an OF creator. That's what we're going to call her. There's actually two of them that I want to discuss, but we're going to start with the star Lily Phillips, who slept with 100 men in one day. They made a documentary about it. Now, what we have heard for years from these modern day feminists, and we're going to see that both of these creators identify as feminists. Interesting. They say that this is very empowering. Yes, nothing says I value myself like letting 100 random men sleep with you, or being one of those 100 men lining up. Imagine being the 100th guy in line. I don't think there's any self-respect involved. We'll unpack all of this because it's not just about one person, Lily Phillips or whoever. It's about a larger issue we're seeing in the culture. What's going viral is a clip from this documentary of Lily crying after the fact. However, I want to watch the whole thing. I'll show you some of it. If you want to watch it, you can go and watch it. I want to understand where she's coming from, why she feels like she has to do this.
I'm Lily Phillips, and today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
Your parents must be very sort of forward-thinking and open-minded, which is great, because I think
Yeah, that's not great. Of course, parents want their kids to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. But if you see that your child, let's say, is a drug addict, but they're really happy, are you as a parent going to say, well, it's okay, you know, all that really matters is that they enjoy it? Of course not.
I actually wanted to wait till marriage at one point. I just used to think it was a real special thing. As soon as I actually did it and had, I kind of realised that it wasn't special.
I'm filming a video with a girl who's going to be sleeping with 100 guys in one day, and she is picking out her outfit for that day.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
Does she find them on the internet?
Yes, so you can apply if you're a subscriber of her OnlyFans, so up to 100 people, and then the whole 100 of them get to have sex with her one at a time on the 19th of October in London.
Oh, and it's on television?
It's going to be on her OnlyFans.
Oh, I see. Okay. She's got to have an early night tonight.
Yes, she does. A lot of electrolyte.
Okay, lovely.
Okay. Have a great night.
It's called a fake taxi, and basically the taxi driver ends up like f***ing the passenger.
Really?
Yeah. Search it all when you get home.
You know, that was actually pretty disturbing. The fact that she feels so comfortable saying that to a random taxi driver. The guy's probably very uncomfortable. She doesn't think this is shameful. That's the problem.
I had literally last week, like, can you put a bag over your head and pretend to be like suffocated? It depends obviously on the request, but stuff like that I probably won't do.
What if someone offered you $1 million to do it?
I probably would bend my morals for that, yeah.
Lovely.
I paid for like a bottle of spit. Sat here on a Sunday. I am feeling a little bit more lonely. My friends have all got boyfriends. And I'm like, you know, I see a comment and people are like, God, no one's ever gonna marry you or something like that. And that can definitely like make me feel a little bit like, oh God, have I chose the wrong career? But like, I just totally love my job. Like guys are always gonna sexualize me, so I may as well try and profit off that bit.
I mean, not all guys are gonna just sexualize you.
Maybe not all guys, but a f*** would. I mean, I'm like a part of the problem. It's so hard because like doing extreme stuff like this is not normal. And I think then guys are probably gonna expect girls to maybe be as strong as me and sleep with this many guys, and isn't real life sex.
So she knows what she's doing is wrong. I think the issue here is money. And maybe she feels like she can't give up this lifestyle that she now has, even though deep down she understands this is bad for her. It's bad for men. It's bad for other women. It's bad for everyone. But the money, though. This is another OF creator, by the way.
It's like, medically, is she going to be in a lot of pain? Mentally, the problem is that when you sign up to objectifying yourself, it's like you're signing a deal with the devil. Like, no one is going to see you as a human being.
And again, she knows this. Like, they're aware, but they can't quit.
There are 100 men to have sex with her for 5 minutes each in a single day. I mean, there's a decent chance that one of them is going to be dangerous. One of them might have a weapon, have a criminal record. A few of them will have STIs. Just on a basic statistic, you can know that a few of them are going to have STIs. What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? Was in the mouth?
Can.
Oh, really?
This puts her at risk of emotional trauma, physical trauma, diseases.
I can't really put it into words.
Have you done anything to make sure?
Yo, this poor dog has seen some shit. This dog is traumatized.
There's not someone with a criminal record, for example, coming down.
We actually have not, no.
Do you feel safe?
Yeah.
No, because I'm sure only the very respectable men are going to show up for this event.
I never really think about things before I do them, so I just kind of do them and then think, oh, you know, was that okay? But
6 men sat anxiously on a sofa, waiting for their turn to have sex with Lily. He had flown in from Switzerland just for this.
200 to get tested, 250 for the flight, maybe 800.
£800 and worth it?
Yes.
He seemed shaken by the experience.
This guy is shaking.
How are you feeling?
Bit nervous, you think we'll find out. My dad would kick me out straight away.
His dad will kick him out. How old is he? This is genuinely so sad.
I mean, and there's Rose. That's nice. Did one of the guys? And how are you?
Yeah, one guy brought her a rose. That's so romantic.
It's not for the weak girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different
What other kind of girl? You're already a prostitute.
feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Just take
Yeah, 1 minute. You'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. What, you're not going to make me finish? I've come all this way. Like, kind of like guilt tripping me a little bit.
Girl, that's what you're worried about. That's your biggest concern.
Like, some people just travel so far. Like, I didn't want to give them a shit time and like come away from this and be like...
That's what it is. That's where she gets her sense of self-worth, right? That, oh, I slept with this many guys.
God, I won't forget this day, Jesus. I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic. Sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal sex at all.
That's called your brain and body trying to protect you from trauma. This is the best anti-corn film I've ever seen. That sadness was short-lived. This was after.
101 guys. Now, this was just the warm-up because in February, I'm going to be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys.
There are going to be people who say, well, she's to blame. This is all her fault. We can't blame anyone but her. And then there are going to be people who say, well, what about the men? They're exploiting her. Takes 2 to tango, so to speak. 1 woman agreed to this, and 100 men agreed to this. Digital prostitution. That's what OF is. That's what all corn is, okay? Digital prostitutes are celebrated. Very empowering. And then we have digital pimps who work behind the scenes, the men, and they make tons of money. And then there are young men who look up to those digital pimps and say, well, yeah, I mean, they're anyway, I might as well make money off of them. Everyone here helps fuel this industry. I'm wondering though, where are the parents? In her case, the parents know, the parents don't care. I guess because she's bringing in the money. Maybe you get your fancy bag or something, but eventually this is just depression. This is just unfortunately, especially with these corn stars. What ends up happening, self-harm. This is genuinely sad. But then she goes on to say, well, now let's do 1,000. No one's forcing her to do it. She doesn't desperately need this money or something like that. And even then, it's like, you don't have to do that. There are other ways to make money. And I do think a lot of it is what is being sold to these young women. On one hand, also, your body's a temple, right? Like, love yourself, girl. A man's got to do this and that and this and that. But then you treat your body like a vending machine. Where's my body's a temple. Girl, you're a whore. You just slept with 100 men. It's destruction disguised as liberation. You're really just reducing your body to an object, but then claiming to be a feminist. It does not make sense. And I'll be clear, these aren't all feminists out here saying that, oh, this is great. No, this is fantastic. There are many feminists who speak up against it and say, no, the whole corn industry is a terrible idea for both men and women. But the overwhelming majority of liberal women, when you ask them, well, what do you think about this? I don't want to judge. It's not my place, right? Like, you do you. It's totally fine to promote this to young women. Be a prostitute. Oh, sorry, sex worker. No, that shows you don't care about women. You don't care about anybody. You don't care about yourself. And then at least don't pretend to. Don't call yourself a feminist. So yeah, this 1,000 men in 24 hours, that's going to be filmed and live streamed via her OnlyFans account because she wants to break the record of a woman named Lisa Sparks from Poland who had sex with 919 men in a day. Phillips has said she's made more than 2.5 million through the site. How does this matter if you have 2.5 million, 3.5 million? If you're sad, lonely, depressed, putting your physical health at risk as well, you're gonna spend all that money trying to fix that. Here, these days only is a saturated market and people are going to extreme lengths to stand out. And you know why? Not only because it's a saturated market, but when we have all of these porn addicts, let's say, and you know, they watch one thing and then that's okay for a while, but then it has to get more extreme and more extreme and more extreme. It's like any addiction, right? The demand for more degrading acts, like violent, whatever, that's gonna keep getting worse and worse as it becomes more saturated as well with these creators. That is so terrifying. I need you to understand how terrible this is for everybody. People then don't need to leave the house. They don't need to find a partner. Their whole idea of intimacy is messed up. So that's why she may feel the need that, oh, I have to do 100 men and then 1,000 men, and then that won't be enough. And then someone says, well, no, 5,000 men. And then they have to become men. And then men won't be enough. Men and women won't be enough. I'm telling you, it's going to get more degenerate, more disgusting and illegal as time goes on. And this is from her TikTok account, some comments, right? Some people are saying, my heart is so broken for you, praying for you, so sad. And then I want to participate. And then we also have, get it, girl, be happy. Girls supporting girls. No, this is a girl hating on a girl. 100%, because there's no way you genuinely care about somebody and you promote this kind of behavior.
Women, please can you lend me your husbands, sons, boyfriends, nieces, nephews, because I am trying to break the world record for the amount of guys a girl has been with in 24 hours. Kenneth here has travelled all the way from Scotland with his missus because he won a competition to bonk me on the reality check show. Say goodbye to your missus because we're going.
Teehee.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record. President Bop here. If you want to be at my next meet and cheat.
President Bop? Meet and cheat? Is that what she said? Meet and cheat?
And Bonnie have got countless guys lined up ready to us.
Oh, that guy showed up in Crocs.
How
for
many
this.
shoes are you guys counting? Wait. Whoa, these are all the guys. There's more in there.
Her friend's name is Bonnie Blue, another OF creator. She's had her fair share of controversy as well. So we're going to watch this clip.
25-year-old Bonnie Blue from Derbyshire is making headlines around the world for filming herself having sex with teenagers and posting the footage online. The young men that she describes as barely legal to film with.
What you earn at the moment is upwards, you've let me know, of £600,000 a month.
Yes. Also how much there's a missing gap of educational, content online. I wanted to make my content relatable. I'm just a girl, I'm relatable, I'm sort of the girl next door vibes. However, that does not portray online if I'm doing these rough, over-the-top scenes, and I want people to be able to watch my...
Hey, so, crazy take, I know. Both are bad. The crazy stuff, the educational stuff, no, girl. How about none of it?
But I can't think of one situation where an 18-year-old has had sex where there's security on the door, they've had to bring passport, they've had to sign consent forms, they've had to do a breathalyzer.
So romantic. And the barely legal thing, I get that she's 25, I get they're both adults, but that's so weird.
There's your mum. You've created a family business.
Yes. The main thing is, like any parents, they want their children to be happy.
Lots of women will be very understanding of the double standards there are with men and women, how a man's value increases with sex and a woman's value decreases. And I think there will be lots of us that are fully supportive of sexual liberation.
No one's value increases with the amount of people you sleep with. My opinion.
Use say phrases such as women are lazy. If they're not going to give sex to their husbands, then those husbands, dads and barely legal teenagers have a right. Women are not the sexual property of men, and women don't exist to pleasure men. And
the opposite is true as well. She's out here finding 18-year-old boys and using them for her OF content.
And I've also proven my point in terms of educational content and ethical porn.
Ethical corn.
Karens sat at home that are going to complain about me being here, that are making me rich because they make it blow up. And then when they're sat at home complaining about it to their, you know, their husbands, they're then wanting to come and subscribe.
Well, I know the trendy thing to say is, well, don't platform these people, right? Okay, well, these people are going to get a platform regardless. Instead of ignoring it, I think we have to bring a level of accountability and, dare I say, shame. If you claim to care about the dignity and worth of both women and men, then you have to call it out and you have to call it what it is. This is shameful. This is disgusting. This is degenerate. And then using these barely legal teens, men, women, doesn't matter. It's so gross. So these individuals, both the ones exploiting and being exploited, I think have lost sight of their own worth. And they've bought into this lie of what empowerment looks like. And freedom, well, real freedom is not found from selling your body.
Okay, so I've been so busy bonking students, and now it's time for the dads.
Bonking students? Is that what they say in the UK? Bonking? I'm sorry. That sounds so silly. Okay, bonking students. Good job. That's great. Yeah, you must be very proud of yourself. Oh, but now it's time for the fathers. No, this is fantastic.
Are you ready to bonk me?
Yeah. Okay, so we all know how busy I've been with students, dads, and husbands. So it's about time I get an extra pair of helping hands.
Hey Karens, just a reminder, my content isn't for you, it's for your son and husband. Oh, and Karens, just a reminder, it's not just your son's I'll happily pleasure, it's also your husband that you've neglected.
Who's making these women famous? The men. That does not mean that we blame it all on the guys or all on the girls. No, both are involved in this. You wouldn't just blame the drug addict. Someone sold the drug. Some good news is that change is possible. And because of the growing awareness surrounding this lifestyle, we see more and more women come out and regret their decisions and make positive changes. And there's also some criticism I've seen when those women come out and say, I'm going to change, right? Like, this is a bad decision. I'm not going to do this anymore. And people say, well, yeah, you're just saying that now because you got all the money and now you're pretending. I hope they're being sincere, but I don't think it really matters. I think either way, that's better than continuing that lifestyle and promoting it. The message they're sharing is still true, but I do choose to believe that a lot of them are genuine and they've realized that this path is not good for them, because I do believe that people can change. I hope that everyone who finds themselves in this kind of cycle can realize that there's a chance to turn things around. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think, so make sure you comment below. Also remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.